Sláinte, everybody. Happy Sunday. I hope you guys are enjoying this lovely, steamy day. It's like freaking 92 degrees outside. It's way too hot. Hit that like, hit that share, subscribe. Let me know what you guys are drinking tonight. I see we have a lot of people in chat, a lot of Clonakilty fans. You guys have been listening. I'm telling you, they're one of the best brands in the US right now. Who we got in chat? Mr. Great Shot. Cheers to you, sir. It is good to see you. Cheers, James Morgan. Any chance you have a sample of the O'Hara's Imperial Stout and Spiced Pale Ale Cast finish from batch 2? I don't have that one. I've got a Manor Hill from Maryland. I don't have that one, but it sounds really, really good. Hey, cheers, Anthony Bourbon Neophyte. Make sure you guys tune in. Anthony is going live tonight at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Can you tell Sean's Amazon has run out of Clonakilty in England? So, Sean, it sounds like the English are emptying out your Amazon of all the Clonakilty. Hey, cheers, Liz B. It is good to see you. Mr. Mom 310, cheers. Everyone here for the party. I know you've been excited about this one. You're definitely a Clonakilty fan. Cheers, Slapshots Roadhouse. Good evening, sir. It is good to see you. Mr. Eric Gunderson. Oh, excuse me. Another big Irish whiskey fan. Cheers to you, Eric. Eric, let me know what you're drinking tonight. You having a lemonade or you already having a pour of something special? Let's see who else we got in here. I know I saw a couple people further down. Cheers, Sugar Kitty. It is good to see you. In the spirit of today's stream, I will be having some Clonakilty pork cask. Let me tell you, that one is one of my favorites to use in Irish coffee now. I really enjoy that one. Hey, Top Dog. Cheers, Top Dog. It is good to see you. Amy O'Byrne from O'Byrne's Irish Pub on Instagram. Cheers, Amy. Guys, I'm telling you, if you're on Instagram, make sure you are subscribed to O'Byrne's Irish Pub. It is amazing what Amy has pulled off in her house. I've got a couple used rooms I need to have Amy decorate. Cheers, Donner Pass Whiskey. Cheers to you. It's good to see you. Oh, God. Hey, 21090, someone who is familiar with Sean and Clonakilty. Cheers to you, 21090. It is good to see you guys. Whiskey Nature, cheers all. I'm out for a bike ride listening while I pedal. Oh my gosh, it's too hot. I'm not even going outside today. I'm staying inside all week if I can help it. It's supposed to be way too hot in Ohio. Think I got everybody. Oh, Jim. Pinch hitter, speak easy. Cheers all. Cheers to you, Jim. It is good to see you. Everybody's excited. Cheers, Gandy Road. Gandy, I know that you'll enjoy the third pour we've got for today. I think you have the same bottle. I think I got everybody. Yes, thank you, Sugar Kitty. If anybody's got a channel in here, I think you guys are all mods. Drop the links. Thank you, Sugar Kitty, for dropping the links. Oh, Amy, you deserve it. It's pretty cool. All right. So I'm going to bring in our guest. I'm super excited. This is a brand you guys have heard me talk about quite a bit. It is in the US, and we're going to learn a little more about it. He's been here before, but please help me welcome Sean Scully, co-founder of Clonakilty Distillery. Sláinte, Sean.
Sláinte, how are you doing?
Thank you for joining us. We've got a big crowd today.
Yeah, it's amazing.
A lot of Clonakilty fans.
Yeah, I love how interactive your comments are. It's just popping off always. So I love that. Hi, everyone.
If you guys have any questions for Sean, throw them in chat. I'll try to keep track here. I think we got, everybody's talking to everybody.
Yeah, some familiar names in there as well. And we're aware that we're out of stock of whiskey on Amazon in the UK. We kind of pulled back from the UK for a small bit, but we're going to be bringing more Clonakilty whiskey to the UK in the near future, hopefully. So keep an eye out for that.
There you go, James.
Yeah, hi, James. Hi, Amy.
Yeah, James is in the UK. And apparently he's been cleaning you out.
Someone has to do it.
So I'm going to we're going to start with our first pour, and I'm going to ask you to talk about, for those who might not know, talk about Clonakilty Distillery. Tell everybody about it. And we're going to start with, this is the Clonakilty Galley Head. Now, this is the blend.
Yeah. So that's a good place to start, I suppose. So the Galley Head range that we released, that wasn't part of our initial run of whiskies. We probably started releasing them maybe 3 years ago, and they're actually not available in the States. So initially we released a single malt, finishing rum agricole casks, and we also released this blended whiskey as well, finishing rum agricole casks. So they're available in Ireland and internationally in some countries. But we are excited that one, we have now started blending our own single pot still into this Galley Head you have in particular. So there's a premium blend, about 20% pot still in that. But we are going to be bringing another Galley Head SKU to the US in the near future. So we're hoping to have that stateside definitely before the end of the year. It's going to have a nice green label, and it's going to be just straight ex-bourbon matured. So we're really excited about that. Unfortunately, I don't have any of the whiskey you're drinking right now with me, Stacey. So I'm going to join you in having a small drop of our port cask finish. Crack open a fresh bottle here.
Your port cask is popular. I know there's at least one person here that was drinking it.
Yeah.
James said he met you at the Harbor Bar.
The Harbor Bar. Where's the Harbor Bar?
It's James is out in London. James is in the UK.
Okay, Jesus, I don't know if I've been to the Harbor Bar. Maybe we did.
If it was a good night, you don't remember being in the Harbor Bar.
Are you sure? Was it definitely me, James? Was it? I haven't spent much time in the UK. To be honest, I was there in December of last and got engaged in London. So that was the longest time I spent in the UK in the last 10 years or so. So yeah.
So Mr. Mom has a question. Does Clonakilty make, or are they going to make, an Amburana finish? Amburana is very popular in bourbon.
Do you know what? I've actually never even heard of Amburana.
It's a Brazilian wood. There's a lot of bourbon finish.
Type of wood. Okay, yeah. I don't believe we have any Amburana casks at our warehouse right now, but we're always sorry, laughing at James's comment. Yeah, we're always looking to do things that are unique. So I'll definitely put in the word for something like that if that's something that interests people.
It's popular in bourbon. A lot of cinnamon notes.
Interesting.
I use cigar blends usually quite a bit.
Yeah. Sorry, I half ignored your question there about just talking about Clonakilty.
No, you're okay. So for everybody who doesn't know about Clonakilty, because it looks like most of our chat does, but where's Clonakilty located?
Yeah, so Clonakilty is in the south of Ireland, in West Cork. So Clonakilty is the town that we're based in. So it's right down the southern tip on the coast of Ireland. So absolutely amazing part of the country. To be honest, I didn't really appreciate the area as much as I should have growing up there. It took me to leave there and move to the US to really appreciate what Clonakilty is. But yeah, it's very much a rural farming community, small town, 3,000 people. Our distillery is located within the town, and then out on the coastline in a small village called Ardfield, where I grew up. And that's where we have our barley fields, our maturation warehouse, which is on the cliff overlooking the Atlantic Ocean. So that's kind of a quick synopsis of what we do. But the Galley Head whiskey is named after the Galley Head Lighthouse. So that's the Galley Head Peninsula is where our barley fields are. A lot of people are probably, if they're familiar with us, you'll be familiar with that barley field. You probably see photos of it all the time, or maybe you even have been there. It's absolutely amazing. But that's a very famous lighthouse in Ireland. It used to be actually the strongest man-made light in the entire world in the late 1800s. I think it only boasts that accolade for maybe 2 or 3 years. And then another lighthouse was built that outshone it. But it's pretty cool to have at least 2 years of being the strongest man-made light in the world and being located in such a remote area.
Yeah, this is absolutely lovely. And I got this because it did contain some of your single pot still distillate. But that's just a lovely blend. And it's another one of those Clonakilty that I have to kind of glance twice at the price because I'm like, that can't be right. I got to be doing that. Has to be in pounds or something. That can't be that it's such a bargain for what you're getting.
Yeah.
It's a great whiskey, which you can tell I've kind of thoroughly enjoyed the heck out of that one.
Yeah, I know you're a big fan of the Gallihead range. Yeah, we're going to. Yeah. I'm not sure where you picked up that bottle or what price you got it for, but
this is Ireland only, this one. But I'll be very excited to see the US one.
Yeah, the US one's going to be retailing hopefully in most states at $29.95. So
that's so reasonable. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
So we're proud to get down to that. We will be also rejigging our prices slightly. Our double oak is going to come down to $39.95. So while other brands are going up, we're coming down. And we're really proud to have got our single pot still into the market, hopefully retailing for $49.95. We can chat about that a bit more in the future, but given the economy these days and all that stuff, we wanted to be very price conscious on those things. So we really pushed to get into those prices. So we're proud of that as well. And I think they're fantastic whiskeys for those prices.
Liz says she can't get Clonakilty in Michigan, so she's going to have to road trip to Ohio. Liz, we would love to have you.
Yeah, and Liz, you can check out our online shop as well. If you go to our website, we have a US specific online shop. So you can, I think you can probably ship to Michigan from there. There's only maybe 3 or 4 states we don't ship to.
Yeah, Michigan isn't a control state, so she should be able to ship to Michigan. Liz, if you're in Ohio, check out ohlq.com. That'll show you where the stock is closest to the state line. And there's a good bit. Well, there's not as much as before. I've been going to the stores here, and the Clonakilty's kind of flying off the shelves. So there's not as much as there was back in March.
That's what we like to hear. Yeah, there's been some really good activations in Ohio since that big Irish whiskey push. So we were delighted to be part of that, and obviously you're spreading the word about Irish whiskey as well. So
I'm trying.
It's a great state to sell Irish whiskey in.
There's a lot of Irish whiskey drinkers here in Ohio. I think the state said we were 4th in the country for Irish whiskey sales or whiskey sales
really?
in general. Yeah.
Nice.
James says, have you tried the batch 2 O'Hara's and spiced ale, pale ale?
It seems quite extreme unless it works. I actually haven't tried that, to be honest, because that's an Irish specific release. I only get home maybe twice a year or so, and there's lots going on and lots of whiskeys to be tried. So I actually haven't had that one. I would recommend trying it. I know our first O'Hara's collab was very, very well received. So I'd say that's equally as good. We try to only put out good quality stuff,
And I've seen that one, so I think it is still available because I remember seeing it. I don't know if it was on your website or if it was Irish Malts, but I have seen it still available. So the US release that you're doing of the Gallihead now, is that one also a blend of the pot still and was it single grain or single malt?
It's grain, yeah. So grain and pot still blend. So that's what it is, and yeah, just ex bourbon matured. That's it. So we're really excited to bring that to the market, given it will be our first kind of entry level SKU. So hopefully get more bar placements on menus, all that kind of stuff. So we're really excited to have whiskey price at that price point coming to the States. It's going to be exciting times.
Yeah, so guys, it'll look like this, so the green label is
really
pretty
much exactly like that. Nice dark green label, similar to some other brands you might have heard of before. Nice gold foiled accents in there as well, so it should stand out well on the shelf.
Yeah, but it would be better. I know which one you mean. Yeah, this is lovely, and I could definitely, now that I have the single pot, so I can tell the distillate that's in here. But it's just it's really nice. It's tropical fruit and fresh apples. It's really nice whiskey.
From what I remember, yeah, it's definitely tropical, almost zesty in a way. Some citrus coming through in it.
Yeah, it does have a little bit of kind of like an orange zest, like an orange peel.
Yeah, but it's I love the Gallihead range. It's a really good addition to our lineup. So we're very happy with it.
Yeah, it's just a really nice whiskey. So you have several new releases coming, in addition to the Gallihead. Do you want to? Oh, I guess we could go ahead and pour the next one, and we can talk about this one.
Yeah, we can do that one. That's the real special one.
Yeah, this is the big one. Now, this was the inaugural release. I know you had a lottery for it. I did not win a bottle of that. I do have some friends that did. But this is the one that's going to be widespread available.
Yeah.
And that is the single pot still.
Yeah, Sláinte. Yeah, we did do the lottery, so we did an inaugural release of it. Limited numbers, hand sign, and everything. So sorry you didn't get a ball of that, but we made it very clear from that go, like this. Albeit we'd love for you to get a bottle. It was fair game. If you entered, you had an equal chance.
It was really fair. Yeah,
we were proud to keep it that way. I think people really realized that we were doing it in a very fair manner. Lotteries are hard to actually get right. There's a lot of planning in that, but I think people really like the whiskey, and I think more people opened the bottles than I anticipated as well. So it's great to see people actually trying it. But yeah, so this is our single pot still whiskey. So to put it frankly, this is our most historic release to date. So from day one, the plan was, let's make single pot still whiskey. Let's showcase the family farm. Let's grow our own barley. Let's mature it oceanside, and everything was just lined up to this release. So we released it in May at Whiskey Live in Dublin in Ireland, and it was just amazing. People were beelining it to our stand, coming to us first. So we're kind of taken aback at how how into it and how excited people were about the whiskey, and that was amazing. So that was absolutely brilliant, and I was over for that to experience it. So it was great to see the Irish buzz around this. And now we're bringing it to America, and it's going to be releasing from the 1st of September onwards. Obviously, state by state times will differ slightly. Has to work its way through the system. You know how it goes. But yeah, we finally reached this point where we have our own, the first Clonakilty whiskey on the market, 100% distilled by ourselves, 100% matured by ourselves, hands-on, use our own water, all that kind of stuff, obviously, about, but it's a really exciting time for the distillery.
Well, and correct me if I'm wrong, didn't this win an award as a new make when it was the first year?
Yeah. So this one, 2020 and 2023 won best new make spirit, best new make Irish spirit at the World Whiskies Awards. So that was amazing. We also won it for a single malt in 2022, sorry. So twice for the single pot still, once for the single malt. So we've won on 3 occasions in total, and no other distillery in Ireland has won that on more than one occasion. So given the competition in the industry these days, we were absolutely chuffed with that, and it's just allowed us to be more confident as well that we're laying down really good quality spirit. Especially after that first one, we're laying down really good quality spirit. Trust the process, give it time, and we'll reach a point where we have an amazing spirit. And this whiskey is a 5-year-old whiskey. We originally were thinking maybe 6 years old, way small but longer. But after we won those awards and we saw it progressing so well, we're like, this is good to go right now. And yeah, we've got great feedback from it so far, so we're very happy.
That's amazing. Yeah, that this is one ever. I mean, since before it was even really a whiskey, it's won awards for how good the distillate is. And this is what I watched it when it released, and I was excited to try it. And then you told me it was coming over. Like, oh boy, this is something special. It really is.
Yeah, thank you. And again, $49.95. So I think hopefully we can move a decent amount of it and get it in the hands and get people trying it. But yeah, we can't wait. We can't wait to start selling it over here.
Beautiful natural color.
Yeah.
Very nice light gold color.
Natural color. Yeah, it's ex-bourbon matured, as well as being matured in Amontillado sherry and Oloroso sherry casks.
That struck me because you don't find a lot, even Irish, that's Amontillado. So I was I'm like, wow, that's Amontillado. And you do get some of those notes in here.
Yeah, you do. I mean, our head distiller and blender, Shane Mulcahy, is fantastic. So he, it was his job to take this project wherever he see best fit. So he he's the one who recommended the Amontillado finish, and he hit the nail on the head, I think. It's a unique finish, which I think is really good. We like to do things that are small but outside the box in general. But what it does do is it actually almost lends like a sea salt kind of esque salinity to the product, which is great because our brand overall is maritime. We do expect some of that salinity to come through from the fact that we grow the barley oceanside and also mature it oceanside, but to have that Amontillado cask kind of backing it up as well is a great addition. So I definitely get like a sea salt caramel finish on this, and
you can get a little bit of it's like the citrus and the salt, a little bit of salinity on the nose.
Yeah, I was drinking this last night and I was just thinking about the tasting notes. Have you ever tried you've been to Ireland once, you said, is it? Mm-hmm. Have you ever tried what are they called? Jaffa cakes? Any English, James in the chat?
I know what it is, but I don't think we had any when we were there.
So they might have a US substitute, but it's like a sponge, and then there's dark chocolate over it, and then it's like a marmalade in the middle. And I was like, this tastes like a Jaffa cake, just that orange sweetness coupled with chocolate, the vanilla sponge. So that's what I got. And then on the nose, a unique tasting note I get is kiwi. Mostly on the nose, kind of a bit in the palate as well, but I really enjoy that.
The palate, I get more like pears, but I get the orange big time, and it's not orange that's the time, it's orange. And then you definitely get that chocolate, and that chocolate is really nice. And there's like a little spice in there too.
Yeah, I got the pot still spice.
Yeah.
46% ABV. See that little bump up, which I personally enjoy. You can add a couple of drops of water if you want.
Us Americans enjoy that little bump up in ABV.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. Hence why all our barrel picks are at.
Amy says yes. Amy's Irish husband loves Jaffa cakes.
Nice, that's great. Well, I might have to source some Jaffa cakes and try a little food pairing myself.
Yeah, sugar kitties. There's no real equivalent to Jaffa cakes here. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike. So we have a couple questions. Let me go back here. Bourbon Engineer, do you have enough aged product to entertain single barrel picks? You actually already do single barrel picks. I know for stores, like Irene Tan's store, with centers.
Yeah, we do. We've done single barrel picks for a couple of years now. Up to this point, obviously, it hasn't been our own juice.
Yeah,
that we just reached that point, but yeah, I think we do maybe have a couple of single pots to the single barrels lying around the place. So, yeah, I mean we're always open to opportunities, and we might have a couple headed to the States.
Nice. Donner, and I'm not sure I understand your question, Donner. Is the whiskey they bring in for larger releases from Middleton? Oh, yeah, he's asking if you source anything from Middleton.
No, we don't, and we can't really talk about where we get our whiskeys from. But again, we're kind of moving away from that. Obviously, we don't make grain whiskey, so that's always going to have to be sourced, and we're transparent about that.
Yeah.
But so like the galley head, the grain will be sourced, but the pot still is our own. The single pot still is 100% ourselves. So that's where we're at as a business right now.
This one is really nice. It's hard to believe that it's only going to be that price for 46% ABV, especially. And you grew the barley, correct? It's 100% Irish barley.
Yeah, 100% Irish barley. So yeah, we put that on the label down there. We think you can't see it here, but anyway.
Hold on, let me zoom you in. Oh, solo.
It's okay. It just says this little indicator down here. But the label talks about all the barley fields and stuff there. But yeah, we figured it was important to put 100% Irish barley on it. So it's malted and unmalted barley, obviously being single pot still. We don't have a malting floor, so we source the malted barley, but the unmalted barley comes from our farm or else from neighboring farms. So we can't grow enough of the barley on our own farm to satisfy our production runs. So we do source it from neighboring farmers who we've partnered with it. They're all, certified, sustainable farmers, all this kind of stuff. And they're all within a 10 to 15 mile radius of the distillery. So it's very important for us to keep things hyper local from a sustainability standpoint. So that's why we put 100% Irish barley on the thing. So we're proud to support local farmers and do our best for the environment. All we do for the environment. We're always pushing to get better. I think we always will be. It's kind of nonstop, to be honest. And I think that's how most businesses should be. If you're not moving forward, like what are you doing? You're just going to get left behind, I think. So in this day and age, we're trying to get ahead of things and really set ourselves up for success.
Do you think they'll ever get to a point where you can't use 100% Irish barley because it's just the production's too much? Because I mean, sending this release to the United States has to involve a lot, because I know we drink a lot.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be a good problem to have, but no, I doubt it. And I think we're all good. I mean, if we have to, we might broaden that radius to 30 miles instead of 15 miles, and we'll be covered for another while. But yeah, I think we're all good.
That's become really a good thing for farmers. I know a lot of the distilleries, you're using the Irish barley, distilleries are doing well. So it's good for the farmers too.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's good to have partners in it as well. Make sure you're getting good quality grain. They're doing everything right. So yeah, we like to see everyone doing well out of what we bring to the market.
This one is lovely. I love the Amontillado. If you guys haven't tried an Amontillado Irish, pair it with a cigar. It is such a great pairing for cigars. This one we have tried. My husband says it's very good with the Connecticut, especially the Oliva. He's enjoyed that one.
Nice. I'm actually not a cigar smoker myself, so I can't comment on it, but I'll take your word for it.
I never used to be, and then some of these guys got me into it a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, that's how it goes.
But yeah, the guys get together, the Hibernians, and drink their whiskey and smoke their cigars, and we took some of that, and he says it pairs very well.
Nice. Yeah, it's such a big thing in American culture to pair whiskeys and cigars, but it's really not prevalent over in Ireland at all. So it's we don't normally pair things with cigars over at home, but it's cool to see the comparisons.
Yeah, this one is a good one. If anybody ever asks, this one's a good one.
Sweet.
So you have some exciting things going on here. Do you want to talk about Oisin is coming over to help launch this? Oisin Mulcahy.
Yeah, Oisin's coming over. So he's going to be coming over in a couple of weeks' time. Let me just pull up my calendar now. He's coming over. I think he's arriving like the 3rd of September. And I think from the 4th of September onwards until like the 10th, he's going to be all go. So he's doing a bit of a tour of the Northeast and also heading over to Ohio. So he'll be hitting up some liquor stores, bars, New York, Metro for a small bit, heading up to New York, up to Rochester, Syracuse Irish Festival. He'll be up there. Massachusetts. He's running around. He's just hitting as many places as he can. And then we're going to be flying him over to Ohio, and he'll be with founder Porry Call also. And there's going to be an event at Fado Pub and Kitchen in Dublin, Ohio on September 10th.
10th, yeah, it's Tuesday.
Yeah, which is a Tuesday. And I believe it's going to start around probably at 6:30. We will definitely be sending out more information about that soon. So everyone keep your eyes peeled. If you're in that locality, it should be a really fun night. Food pairings, interesting whiskeys. Hopefully we'll have some single pots still there as well. And you can pick Oisin's brains. He's a wealth of knowledge. So yeah, we can't wait to have Oisin over.
And if you're in my Patreon, if you follow me on Instagram, on Facebook, I will be sharing out all this information as well. Fido's great place. They have a great chef there. So every event that I've been there, the food has just been wonderful. So I'm excited that they're pairing it with all the whiskey. That's going to be really cool. It's going to be a great event. It's in the Bridge Park area of Dublin, if anybody is wondering which one of the Fidos it is. Yeah, Donald says it sucks. They only get the core range of stuff in Canada, but hey, Canada things. Donald is in Toronto.
Yeah.
He's not even in the good part of Canada for whiskey.
Yeah, Canada can be a tough one, unfortunately.
Yeah. I didn't realize that you said Podcool was coming as well to Ohio.
Poor Cole. He's coming. So he's running around with a Sheen. So he's chauffeur for the week, and they'll both be.
I believe I met him in February when he
Yeah,
was.
I think you did. Yeah,
He
he's
had
at
your
the Ohio
jacket.
event. Yeah, so you'll meet him again. So he's good fun. You'll have fun together.
Oh, he is. He was a hoot. He said, "Oh, Sean, yeah, that's his jacket."
I don't know if it was my jacket. I think was he wearing it? I think I embroidered
Yeah,
it.
he was wearing it. He was wearing it.
It wasn't my jacket. I embroidered it I didn't personally embroider it. I sent it to the embroiderer and then sent it to him. So yeah.
Yeah,
I don't give him my hand-me-down clothes.
He was a hoot. He really was. Hi, Kathy. Cheers, Kathy Huey.
Hi, Kathy.
Kathy was our Patreon winner last month. And Kathy, the whiskeys we are drinking tonight, you are getting in your Patreon package. That is going out tomorrow. So I have included a sample of all three of these in your Patreon winnings. So you're going to get to try all these before everybody else.
That's awesome.
So addition to Sheen coming to the US, which that's pretty exciting because I'm really excited. I'm going to be at that event. I'm going to be able to pick his brain. That's really cool. You're starting, for all the Clonakilty fans, a Clonakilty Facebook group.
Yeah, we are. Well, I suppose I kind of want to remove myself from it a small bit because
you aren't, but
yourself. Well, I approached you and Bob, being transparent about it, saying, "Hey, we'd love to get a little community going where people can share their thoughts on Clonakilty, their finds, whatever, anything and everything Clonakilty." So you ever graciously said you'd love to do it. So we're starting an Irish whiskey, Clonakilty crew Facebook group. And Stacey is going to be at the helm of it, and we should be launching that hopefully in the next couple of weeks, and it should coincide with Oisin's visit and the Ohio event, we might try and integrate that into the Ohio event as well and stuff. But that'll be really exciting to have that hub. And I'm not gonna be officially involved in it at all, so it's going to be community run and everything.
Right.
Yeah, so Stacey's at the boss, and Bob's. So yeah, I can't wait to see. I think I probably have to join just to see what people are talking about it and maybe answer some questions.
I'd say you will have to join. At least you can hear what we're saying.
Totally. I mean, I'd love to join as long as people are okay with that. But it's community run, which is exciting.
We might approve it.
Yeah, we know there's a lot of passionate Clonakilty fans out there, so it's going to be a good space for people to talk about it. I think when people get over to Clonakilty and actually see our barley fields and have a glass of whiskey in the barley fields, they're just blown away and they're fans for life. That's what normally happens. So super excited.
I'm really excited. I was honestly kind of surprised there wasn't already kind of some kind of Friends of Clonakilty group when you approached us. I'm like, wait, how is that possible that there's not?
Yeah.
So I'm really excited. Clonakilty crew just goes right in with your seaside location, and I think I dare say quite a few of these people in chat will be very excited about it as well. So it'll be a great place where we can all share, our favorites together and, share the latest news from Clonakilty. So we'll be really excited. I'm excited for it. It's going to be a lot of fun, guys.
Can't wait. I mean, you never know. Like if we get enough of a following, it might open up an avenue for, exclusive releases for the Clonakilty crew and stuff like that. So
that would be amazing.
We'll see where it goes, but it's pretty exciting. It's nice to have communities in place.
It is, and I know that you do have a very big following here in the States. The whiskey is wonderful. It's for a really good price, which I know people appreciate. They love the higher proof. That goes over really well. The blends are wonderful. I know you have a huge following just in the whiskey tube community. Like Donald says, the single grain is the one he reaches for the most out of the widely available single grains. I love that single grain one.
Yeah,
that was so good. I think that was my favorite last time you were here and I had the 3 samples. I think that was my favorite one.
Yeah, the single grain. I think the Bordeaux cask finish. If he's talking about the core one, that's what we're actually slowly discontinuing that, unfortunately, just because we need to make room for these these new whiskeys that are our own, but there's definitely bottles still floating around, whether it be in the US or Ireland. So it's one that you can still find.
Yeah. James, I have actually already recorded it. I will have a review of this coming out this week. I wanted to do it before this stream, but life. So I will have it coming out this week. It is favorable, just so you know.
I'd have to leave the stream if it wasn't, would I?
Mr. Great Shot currently sipping on the Clonakilty Private Barrel from Whiskey Mentors, aka Irene Tan. Mr. Great Shot, which one from Whiskey Mentors? Because I have 3 of them. She does a wonderful job of picking those casks.
Yeah, she's great. She's I've never met her, but she's
got an amazing palate, that one.
Yeah, we've worked with her a lot, and Oisin will be stopping by Irene's spot on his tour, so be sure to stop by there, signing bottles, hopefully, spreading the word of Clonakilty. So it will be if you guys do have an opportunity, we will probably post a lineup of where Oisin will be on our social medias. So either follow the core Clonakilty social media account, or you can follow myself, Sean Clonakilty Irish Whiskey. Probably Instagram's your best place to go for that, and we'll hopefully post a lineup of Oisin stops, at least the ones where he'll be spending time with, signing bottles and stuff. But it'd be a nice token to get a signed bottle of batch number 1 of our single pot still, I think.
Oh yeah. We will also, if we get the Clonakilty crew page up and running while he's still in the US, we'll post it there as well so everybody can find out. I know a lot of people in chat are familiar with Irene's store. Some of them are within range of Irene's store. So guys, make sure you keep following that. I'm sure Irene will post something as well. Everyone, cheers to you. My nephew brought me a bottle of Clonakilty single pot still, the 100% Irish Barty. Love it. So he's drinking this one right here that we're drinking right now.
Sláinte.
That is a good bottle to bring home. That's a good choice.
I presume that was picked up in Ireland. Yeah, that's a nice present to bring back when you can't even get in the States yet. So that's brilliant.
Yeah, so he's getting to try it before everybody else. Bugger. Donald, you're going to have to stock up, my friend.
Yeah.
Hey, cheers, Dustin.
Sláinte, Dustin.
Not sipping Irish right now. Some Speyburn 10 in the glass. Yeah, Anthony has a Scotch review later tonight at 7:30. Is it Tom Dew? I will butcher any Scotch distillery name. Oh, you have the same one I have, my Sharia Moore. That one is so stinking good. That one is one of my absolute favorites. That from Irene Tan's store, the Clonakilty.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I forgot she names them. That's brilliant.
Yeah. Oloroso sherry finish, real woody.
Lovely.
Oh man, that one's one of my favorites. That's one of those ones I had someone check to see if any was left. Because it was so wonderful.
I didn't.
Yeah, 100% Irish Barley batch 1. Yeah, you got one of the Irish bottles. That had to have come from Ireland.
Yeah, batch 1. Yeah, exact same thing. Yeah. Both with the drinking batch 1 right now. So,
Tom Dew 15. Okay. Oh, thank you, Sugar Kitty. That's a Scotch.
Nice.
And I had to check with them because I know I will butcher the crap out of the name of it. So I'm sorry. What is the price on this one again? And are you allowed to say what states that it's going to be in? Do you know what states yet, or are you nailing that down?
Price $49.95 in most states. A couple of states, maybe California might be slightly more expensive, just given the fact that it comes into New Jersey and then you have to ship it all the way over to California. So that's just kind of the way life is. But yeah, we'll be Oregon, California, Colorado, Texas, then basically all up and down the East Coast, pretty much, minus North Carolina, South Carolina. We'll pretty much have all those states covered. So about 15 or 16 states. But again, we will be timing of the release will differ depending on a state by state basis, depending on how it works through the system. That's just how the US system goes, unfortunately, and we can't give you just like everything's going to be released on this day. But everything in the next couple of months, you'll see it on the shelf, and if you don't see it on the shelf, please, and if you're in one of those states on the East Coast or Oregon or California, please ask the buyer at the store to bring it in or inquire about it. That really helps us. So more people talking about it is always appreciated, and we really do value word of mouth, and even just spreading the good word amongst your friends and fellow whiskey drinkers would be amazing.
And that does actually work. If you get a lot of your friends in the same state and they are all asking for the same whiskey, they actually do listen sometimes. So I know we don't make it easy on you guys. We have 50 different sets of regulations.
Yeah, but we know what we got ourselves into. So anything coming to Nevada, I believe we might have something coming to Nevada. Arizona, I don't think we have anything. No, we're not in Arizona. Keep your eyes peeled. We might have a couple of select accounts in Nevada, I think.
And Sugar Kitty is very excited because he is located in New Jersey. So he's the first stop on the port where the port is. Yeah.
They'll have that might be one of the first releases in New Jersey, so you should see that from early September onwards. So
Jersey always gets the Irish releases first, unless they on a very occasionally they come into California, but very, very rarely. It's usually Jersey and then just kind of goes out from there.
Really, yeah. California, it's a long way to go.
That's usually they got something else to pick up on the way. Hey, cheers, Buffalo bourbon enthusiasts. Now, this will be in New York State, correct?
Say it again, sorry.
This will be in New York, in the state of New York.
Yes, that's going to be. This is going to be coming to Buffalo. Yes, 100%.
There you go, Buffalo.
Buffalo.
46% ABV single pot still.
Yeah, you guys, you might even know Hopper. Hopper's fantastic. Upstate New York is a big market for us.
Hopper's awesome. He was so nice. He was funny.
Yeah, he's a character.
I got to meet him when he came to Ohio in March for the events.
Yeah, so there's a really good Irish whiskey community up in upstate New York.
Everyone says, the requirement was to bring me a nice Irish whiskey that isn't available in the States. He hit a home run. He can't wait for an aged version 10 years plus. So he can't. Yeah, you've already got a big fan there.
Awesome, that's brilliant. Yeah, he definitely hit a home run with that, and we can't wait for an aged whiskey 10 years plus either. And a couple more years, and we'll be at that. But this, that brings up the point that this is, like I said, a 5-year-old whiskey, and this whiskey is.
It doesn't drink like a 5 years old.
I love it. People seem to love it, but it's only going to get better. It's only going to get older. Obviously, not in the bottle, but future batches will get older and older. So we're excited to see how it evolves and where we get to.
South Buffalo, heavy Irish population.
Interesting.
So I've heard that Buffalo has quite a big Irish community in Buffalo. That is what I've heard. Anthony hasn't found any in Las Vegas, but he says hopefully he will soon. Keep looking, Anthony. Keep asking about him. All right. I'm going to do our last pour here. That one, I drank all of that one. That one's so good.
Yeah, I refilled mine. It was that good.
So I know Gandhi wrote if he still has this bottle. And I wanted to bring this one out because I know you've done these in multiple locations, multiple states, multiple stores. This is one of the Private Barrel Select bottles. And this one is an Ohio one. This is the Imperial Stout finish. And 56% ABV. And this is actually one of the big reasons I've told people, I'm like, you've got to check out Clonakilty. It's such a great whiskey for the price, because a lot of people in the U.S. clamor about higher proof whiskey. We're used to that higher proof bourbon. We want a higher proof whiskey. And you guys were among the first companies to come into the U.S. and say, okay, here you go. Here's a higher proof. And got into the single barrels, when now everybody's kind of jumping on that bandwagon that you guys are already here doing.
Yeah, we're already here doing it. And I guess we just saw saw what was happening and saw all the bourbon barrels were coming in at X, Y, and Z high proof, and yeah, that's where we hopped on, and yeah, we're really proud of our single barrel offerings. It's been a really good avenue to spread the word about Clonakilty, in being that it's obviously limited, but also the fact that we'd be able to bring like multiple different finishes and a wide array of different whiskeys to the market, so people can pick up multiple whiskeys, or even stores can do multiple picks. But yeah, I mean, I love the Imperial Stout finish. I don't have that one with me right now, but I always think of whiskey
really
finish in stout casks. You can't go wrong with that, to be honest. And as you know, we've done brewery collabs, a lot of them, and IPA ones are really interesting. But I think when you come back to it, and look at it as a holistic outlook, like the stout cask finishes tend to be the best whiskeys, I feel like. So it's it's a good one.
This one's so unique because I seem to get either coffee or chocolate on stout finishes, and this one I get a little bit of both. And I have made coffee with this one, and it is flipping good. It is really, really good. I love this one. Out of the 3 in Ohio, this one I think was my favorite. This one was my
nice.
Favorite.
Great.
But I love all the variety that you have with these casks too, because I've had like an Oloroso sherry, a Sauterne, or was it Rivasalte? There's so many different ones.
Yeah, ruby port, tawny port, the tawny port ones. If you guys find a tawny port Clonakilty finish, I absolutely love the tawny ports. Nice nuttiness. But yeah, we've a ton of different casks and just trying out different things. Yeah, I saw someone ask about my glass there. This is
Mr. Great Shot would like to know what you're drinking.
Yeah, this is a 2 glass. So it's it's like the Irish whiskey equivalent to Glencairn. And yeah, it's a wonderful glass. Small business based out of Ireland, obviously. Great to support them, and they're great supporters of the Irish whiskey industry as well. So always enjoy drinking from my 2 glass.
Yeah, it was a glass developed for Irish whiskey. You can find them a lot of places in the States. New Riff actually is a bourbon distillery, and they have 2s.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which was
that's great.
It struck me as odd. I bought one just because.
Well, that's good to see that they're growing and they're breaking into different markets. But
yeah, they really are. They're starting to take, and I do enjoy Irish whiskey in here, and single grain. I think I don't drink that one usually, but honestly, especially your heavier proof Irish, it's perfect glass for it. It really is.
Yeah.
It's a great one.
It's some people might be aware of this, but I know the base of it here is modeled after Skellig Michael, the southeast coast of Ireland, and that's a rock formation out in the ocean, where if people are familiar with Star Wars, I haven't seen this movie, but one of the newer ones, Luke Skywalker's island was filmed on Skellig Michael, so that's the base of that is modeled after that. I know that.
And it was a monastery there.
Yeah.
And the monks actually carved the steps in the rock all the way from the ocean up to the monastery.
Pretty amazing.
It's amazing. We did not get that. Unfortunately, when we were there, it was a little too cloudy to see it. And we had to be in Cork. So we were coming from Dingle, and we're like, we don't have time for a boat ride out there and back. So
yeah, I know.
Next time we need to get there again.
That's the problem with Ireland. When you go over there's so much stuff to do, especially if you're a whiskey fanatic. Like, in the distilleries are taking up half your time. You don't have time to go see.
Well, and it's exploded because we were there in 2016, and there weren't nearly as many distilleries open in 2016.
True that. Yeah, I mean, we weren't open then. I mean, we were in operation. We didn't open our doors till 2019. So. Yeah, it'll be a different world now when you get over there next.
Huge now with the tourism, and there's so much to do. I always tell people, I said, make a list of what you want to see, knowing that you're only going to get to half of it. There's just we did learn to drive roundabouts, though. We can navigate a roundabout like the best of them, because now they're in the States everywhere, and everybody's complaining. I'm like, just go over to Ireland, you'll learn real quick.
There you go, you're ahead of the game.
They just brought out batch 2 stout with the spiced pale ale component. I think he's talking about one of your single selection models.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that. I think it's probably just in Ireland.
Oh, I think that's I don't know if that's a local. Zenboot, is that a local brewery in Ireland? Is that a local brewery to you? Sweet. I will be buying a few soon. Mr. Great Shot has quite a few Irish whiskeys. Quite a few. Yes, you can find them on Amazon. They have a few different ones that you can pick from on Amazon. That's where I got the just this plain one with the gold rim. That actually, I think this was my first Tua, and now I have like 20. Amy's actually taken the boat to Skellig. We were lucky to have calm seas. It was beautiful.
That's brilliant. I assume, Amy, you can't actually get onto the Rock, or at least the tour boats won't let you.
Everyone says many of us whiskey promiscuous really enjoy the non-chill filtered and no color added whiskey. Keep the integrity malts coming. So they appreciate that. I appreciate it. I tell people all the time, I'm like, this is what it's supposed to look like when that is what a bourbon finish Irish looks like. It is that light.
Yeah. No, I think that's important to us as well. Like, yeah, be transparent about it, keep it as it should be, non-chill filtered, no color. And I mean, we do so much to make it our own. Why spoil it at the end? We literally control, everything from grain, obviously, all the way to obviously distilling, to our own water source. We have our own warehousing, which you'd be surprised how many Irish distilleries actually don't have their own warehousing, and we have our own bottling line as well. So that's having your own warehousing and bottling line again. Like that's not common in Ireland. So to be able to control all those things and just make sure that we have our hands on every single step of the production process is it's a real asset to us, and we're proud to put out whiskey as it should be presented.
So Zenboot said that was a local Boston brewery, and you did a finish that was in their barrel. So
yeah,
your Massachusetts.
I saw that pop up there. You're talking about, is it the Roy Pitts one? Is that what it was?
Yeah, I think that was the one.
A couple of years ago now. At this point.
Are you allowed to talk about any upcoming beer releases, or are we still waiting on those?
Yeah, no, we can. Well, we have one coming to Ohio. I'm not exactly sure when it's going to be coming, but in the relatively near future. It's going to be collaboration with Great Lakes Brewery. It's their blackout stout, and the whiskey's going to be finished in.
I'm so excited for that one.
Yeah, so that's going to be a big one for the Ohio community. And yeah, we can't. I haven't tried it. I don't know where I haven't tried it along its aging process or anything like that. But we're excited to bring another stout cask finish to the market. They're always a hit, so it's going to be good.
If you need any Ohioans to take one for the team, I volunteer as tribute.
Okay, no problem.
Test it.
We'll get a sample head of your way, all right.
Their beer is great. I'm sure it's going to be phenomenal.
Good.
That's going to be a great. Yeah, I'm excited. That's going to be a really a great release. Great Lakes beer is very popular, just in Cleveland especially, but also all around Ohio. So I know that's going to be a big one.
Yeah,
that's a great beer. So
nice.
I'm really excited. Would a fruity and spicy IPA cask work, or have you just done stout? Now, you haven't just done stout because I have a Baltic porter too, but have you done one in an IPA cask?
Yeah, we've done IPA cask finishes. We've done barley wine finishes. That barley wine finish is actually really good.
It's really different.
Yeah. So we've done our first collaboration was actually an IPA cask finish with New England Brewing Company. So fruity, I don't know, spicy. I'm not sure how many spicy IPAs I've had, so I'm not sure exactly what you mean by that, James. But it's definitely interesting. Yeah, 100%. It obviously pulls completely different notes to a stout cask finish, but it's more light. Obviously, your citrus notes shine through in it. Orange, those traditional hazy IPA notes definitely come through, and the hops are apparent as well. So. I mean, it's a really interesting collaboration to do IPA cask finishes, all right, and there's definitely a place for them.
Amy said they didn't land and get off to climb Skellig.
Oh, okay, they did. Okay.
Oh, she did get to see it. So what is coming in the future for Clonakilty? What else do you want to talk about? Got a few minutes left.
Yeah.
What else exciting is coming?
Geez, you know what? Well, we're up to our ears now trying to release a single possible whiskey. So we're getting over that hump right now, and that's been a lot on our plate. But yeah, it's a really good question, to be honest, because from day one, like I said, like this single possible whiskey release was the be all and end all. Like, this is where we need to be. It's not the end goal by any means, but this is phase one. Get to this point where we have our own juice on the market that's 100% our own, and then go from there. I suppose we're kind of dialing in our offerings a small bit, trying to establish, almost like a price ladder with, the Galley Head at $29.99, our Double Oak at $39.99, and then our single pot still at $49.99. So establishing that in the States is important. Keeping, bringing, these interesting, collaborations, single barrels, bringing those to the market, and just seeing where, where the single postle takes us, I suppose. Now that we have our juice in all the whiskeys, that's amazing. But, like I said, this whiskey will evolve with time, will get better. Not that it needs to get better, but it'll get older. And we might have some spin-offs in the future, different finishes coming to the market. So yeah, it's kind of wherever the wind takes us, I suppose, really, to be honest. We're kind of waiting for this US launch to happen, and then evaluate from there, and launch the Galley Head, and yeah, just keep plodding along and keep spreading the good word, I suppose. Keep being genuine to what we're doing, and yeah, that's where we're at.
Well, Sean, thank you so much for all your time today. I really appreciate it. I know everybody in chat really enjoyed having you here and learning more about Clonakilty. I know we have got some really big fans. They were fans before they started the stream. I know they're bigger fans now. And I know everybody's going to be looking. Guys, look for this one. Great price. 46% ABV, higher ABV than other single pot still whiskeys that are out there right now in the US. And it's a really great whiskey. It really is. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. So thank you. I really appreciate it. Everybody, make sure you are following Clonakilty on Instagram. Make sure you're following them on Facebook. We're going to have a new Facebook group that you can join. I'll let everybody know the details as soon as that's out. Make sure you find where Oshimokehi will be in the US. If you are in that area, you get a chance to have him sign a bottle, get a chance to pick his brain. I'm really looking forward to it. I will see everybody at the Dublin event, Dublin, Ohio, September 10th, Tuesday. I can't wait for that.
Yeah,
that's going
to be amazing. Yeah, and thank you again, Stacey, for having me on. Thank you for what you do for Irish whiskey in Ohio and the US and further afield than that. And thanks to everyone for joining. It's always a pleasure. I love how interactive people are in this, and all the questions and conversations that are happening. It's how these things should be done. So it's always amazing. So thanks very much, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your.
Thank you, everybody. Yeah, 7:30, guys. Go jump over, watch Bourbon Neophyte, and I will talk to all of you next week. Sláinte.
Thanks again.